How long have you been smoking weed?
Uh, Long.
You went to uni.
Yeah, I went to university. Yeah. This is Target. Wow. Why am I answering that? These
You did.
questions?
Okay. So would you say other people consider you intelligent?
I would hope so. Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a violent person?
Not unless I'm tempted.
I'm asking. You don't have to answer. But do you have any criminal charges against yourself for anything violent?
Of course not. No, never.
Oh, okay, interesting. Well,
Never.
Dr. Phil would say otherwise. So Dr. Phil, when he's speaking about weed, says your brain grows until you're 25 at least, and it's constantly changing. When you get to be 18, 19, and 20, it's actually pruning itself back. When you smoke marijuana, it's like opening your computer up and pouring water on the inside. A lot of things short out, and it connects where it's not supposed to, and it really creates problems. Another quote from Dr. Phil. Vice pointed out, because this is on a show, it says Vice pointed out that he framed JJ as a gun-toting, pot-smoking kid, along with a photo of him smoking weed and hiding a gun and holding a gun, seeming to imply that cannabis is tied to violent tendencies. So, in other words, weed makes you violent.
Oh, the Dr. Phil is saying this?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Have you ever smoked a blunt to yourself?
One time I didn't like it, but yeah, I have.
It's a lot of weed, right?
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah.
Right. So what I'm trying to say to you is if you look at smoking weed like drinking alcohol, if you have one drink, feel a little, two,
Yeah.
three, and so on and so forth, right? And you get pumped. You get some people pass out, da da da. When you smoke weed, when you smoke an entire blunt to yourself, so this is the equivalent maybe of taking like 3, 4 shots, right? You know how you feel after that. So now you smoke an entire blunt to yourself. What's your feeling?
I mean, that depends. That depends on the person, but I mean, most people aren't even getting into that situation because they're probably just chilling. Like they're not really
So what's your
in a
feeling
situation.
after you yourself have smoked an entire blunt to yourself? What was your feeling?
I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. Usually, if I'm doing that, I'm in a space where I can be not really have to be super attentive, where I can just kind of chill. I got to make sure I'm in one of those situations before I get into that type of steez, because that's what it's about. It's about relaxing for me.
And then after your high comes down, right? So your high's on your way down, right? How do you start to feel?
Tired?
How long does it normally take for your high to come down?
I don't even know. I don't have no watch or nothing. I don't know, man.
The reason I'm asking you all these very direct questions is because it
I gotta see what's
ties
going.
to what Dr. Phil is saying. You smoke weed, it's gonna make you dumb. Uni. You smoke
Yeah.
weed, it's gonna make you violent. Nigga, if you smoke an entire blunt to yourself, a lot of weed, violence is the last thing on your mind. You might be paranoid. You might get the
You might be.
munchies.
You might be hungry as fuck.
You might be
Yeah.
hungry as fuck, but you're not gonna get violent. The only thing with this that I agree with is your brain development. Yeah, nigga, your brain develops for quite a long time, and of course, if you smoke weed, it's going to alter that. But to the point, what he's talking about, absolutely not. That's a scare tactic. That's shit they tried in the 40s and the 50s, and it's 2021. We know that's
That's exactly what I was
bullshit.
about to say. He sounded like one of them '90s commercials with the egg in the frying pan. Like this is your brain, and smash the egg into the frying pan, and this is your brain on drugs. Like, dog, we've come a long way with weed at this point. Like, it's to the point where people are actually finding real medicinal purposes for it. Why would they offer these things to people for medicinal reasons if it was this dangerous and it made people violent? They wouldn't have legalized it in this many places at this point if they felt it was something that made people violent. The only reason it took the governments of these countries so long to legalize weed was because they couldn't find a way to properly profit off of it.
Exactly.
And now they found a system that works for them where they make their money, their little extra tax on it. They make their money from it now. So now they've legalized it. It wasn't because it made anybody violent or anybody do anything. I've seen way more people get violent and aggressive from drinking alcohol than I've seen from smoking weed. Trust me. And
I
there's
know.
way worse drugs out there that turn people into some type of crazy that you're not even that you just overlooked. I don't even know why we're talking about weed when there's other drugs out there like cocaine, like meth, like crystal. Like, what are we talking about?
I think I'm gonna remove whenever I talk about Dr. Phil. I'm gonna remove the doctor from his name. I'm just gonna call him Phil.
What is he talking about, man? He's so off base with this. It's so crazy.
Viewing public, if you're watching this, and if it's a Friday or a Saturday, and in some cases a Monday afternoon, if so, salute to you. You're probably high, and I want to know if you feel violent right now. I want to know your life story. What's your educational background? I'm not going to sit here and be like, after you smoke a little something, you don't get tired and you're like, I was going to go work out, but fuck that. I was going to go, but fuck that. I'm not going to sit. That would just be me lying. And I'm not going to lie to you. But does it make you stupid? Doctors smoke weed. Scientists smoke weed. Fucking astronauts, physicists, you name it. They all smoke weed. Probably better shit than me and you would. They probably smoke purple Urkel. Plug.
Yeah.
Right?
Psychiatrists, psychologists.
All smoke that shit. What the fuck is Phil talking about? Crazy. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smoke something with your dog.